Hey, how are you? I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about Thursday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys head to the Superdome to take on the Saints. Stick around. Let's dig through it. Hey, and we are back. Once again, I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about Thursday Night Football. As I've said, the Dallas Cowboys head to New Orleans to take on the Saints. And as we get moving here, more news just keeps coming out about inactives and game time decisions and who's going to see what and snaps. And I mean, even my head is spinning, and that's saying something because my head is kind of always spinning like Beetlejuice. But before we do that, get into the game here, just make sure you go to Team Riser Fall, like, share, and subscribe. And come to find out, leading up to Thanksgiving, there was a sale. Cyber Monday, Black Friday, all these sales, red, white, and blue sales. It's still going here. It wasn't just Black Friday. It wasn't just Cyber Monday. Everybody here at the site is in agreement. Let's keep the 33% off rolling for new members. All you have to do is use promo code NBA. And as you can tell, NBA is in full swing. NHL is in full swing. So what better place to kind of kick off the holidays? Yes, we're on the fast track to Christmas now. What better way to spend that or spend minimal money than joining Team Riser Fall? Again, Discord, it's all free. This video you're watching right now is free. Bottom of the barrel is free. And at this stage, maybe I should try my hand in promotion of infomercials, late Friday night, Saturday morning, and we'll see what we get. Oh, wait, and there's more. Yes, there is. And what I'm talking about is the Dallas Cowboys at New Orleans Saints game. When we look at this one, on paper, from an outsider looking in, however you want to put it, Dallas, they're 7-4. They lost on Thanksgiving to the Vegas Raiders in overtime. Tough loss. I believe it was 36-33, something along those lines. So they'll get back up, they'll collect themselves, and they'll try their hand against the Saints, who are 5-6, and they got beat pretty bad on Thanksgiving against Buffalo. Buffalo was in the Superdome, and they put a hurting on them. I believe it was 33-6, something along those lines. So both teams coming off a loss. How are they going to react to this one? Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys are in a better place, I'd like to say, no offense to you Saints fans, in terms of this season, in terms of their record. 7-4, going against the Saints, who are 5-6 in a very tough NFC South division with Tampa Bay. And so we'll see how this plays out. But what you all want to know is this game. Who cares about last week and Thanksgiving? As Christmas approaches here, I know we could all use a couple extra bucks in our pocket, and maybe we're going to buy optimizers. Maybe we're going to go sign up for Team Riser Fall and check out the Fantasy Cruncher option. I believe you get 20%, $20 a month. It just rolls over for there. So when it comes to this game here, Chris, what direction are we going to go here? And let's just dig right in here. So when it comes to the quarterbacks, I'll start easy with Dak Prescott. He's going to be active. Everything is good there. The New Orleans Saints are 29th overall against opposing quarterbacks. Dak Prescott 16.5 on FanDuel, $11,800 on DraftKings. Personally, I have Dak for around 25, maybe 26 completion. Looking at, I think, 280 yards is a floor here. Will he get over 300? I believe so, but that's such a outlandish thing to say, just predicting over 300-yard passing. Again, in today's day and age, it happens more times than not. So you're looking at about 25 completions. Let's just call it 300 yards. Let's get wild, right? And then about 3 or 4 carries, nothing crazy, 10 yards. And I have him for a floor of 2 touchdowns, both in the air. And when we get through the video, you'll see where I'm going. You can probably guess it here. Now, as we pivot to the New Orleans Saints quarterback situation, from everything I've read, and I'm sure it's easily found here, Trevor Siemian has taken a back seat. Now he's been running with the second stringers in practice, while Tyson Hill has been running with the ones. And when we look what's going on here tonight, Alvin Kamara has already been ruled out. So again, it's going to be tough sledding for the New Orleans Saints without their number one playmaker, their stud. So when you look at at Taysom Hill, obviously hosting the Cowboys. Cowboys are okay. They're about 19th overall against defending quarterbacks here. Hill, only $7,000 on FanDuel, and on DraftKings, I believe he's like $9,600. His MVP or his captain spot price is, I believe, $14,400. But let me go back to Taysom Hill's FanDuel price. He's only $7,000. That's nuts. And I would imagine that there was a mistake made by FanDuel. Maybe at the time they put in all the numbers and they punched it. They assumed Trevor Siemian was still going to be the starting quarterback. So in a way, I think a mistake was made here with Taysom Hill's price. He's going to be a starting quarterback without Alvin Kamara. Taysom Hill is in for a very good night ahead, and given the price, it's a no-brainer. Looking at 17, maybe 18 completions, 200 yards passing, maybe 210, something like that. A couple touchdown passes, hopefully, fingers crossed. But where he's going to make his money for us and his team, looking at like 9 or 10 carries, another 45 to 50 yards here. And does he find the end zone on the ground? That's going to be what sets it apart, what sets him apart from the other options here. But I will say, let me preface this by saying I need some sort of like breaking news theme alert here. But it's not, it's just a personal opinion of mine. So when you look at Taysom Hill on FanDuel, as I said, $7,000. This guy is going to be, not even kidding here, 75 to 80% owned, even in the big GPPs, because if you're going to multi-enter those big guaranteed prize pools, more than likely folks put in 10 plus lineups, or some folks like a degenerate like me will max it out 150 entries here. So everybody in some form or fashion is going to have Taysom Hill as their MVP. Everybody is going to have Taysom Hill in there as just a flex spot too. So I'm not telling you to fade Taysom Hill tonight here, but if you're only playing, let's say under 5 entries tonight in any contest you want, maybe in a GPP we can fade Taysom Hill. That's the only leverage that I see here with him, is you fade him, and if he, put not a goose egg, but if he doesn't perform as much as we expect him to, his expectations don't hit, then fading him could be a massive leverage spot where we will then kind of be bumped up from the rest of the folks who have Taysom Hill. So just keep it in mind. Multi-entry GPPs, obviously use them, but also multi-entry GPPs, look to fade. Is there an edge? Is there some sort of leverage here? I don't know, but let's keep it moving. As I said earlier, Melvin Ingram inactive tonight. Let's kind of breeze through these here. I spent like 20 minutes talking about the quarterback, so forgive me. I had to get the Taysom Hill, fade for edge and leverage thing off my chest. So what about Mark Ingram? $12,000 on FanDuel, only $5,000 on DraftKings. Dallas, they're nice. They're 5th overall against opposing running backs here. I have Mark Ingram, 7-8 carries, 25, maybe 30 yards, couple receptions for another 15 or 20 yards here. And to be honest with you, my notes were done probably Tuesday, and this was before the news of Alvin Kamara being inactive came out. So I would imagine you could bump up Ingram to 10 plus carries, 2-3 receptions, and you can add 20, maybe 30 total yards over there. Now I have a new thing in my notes. It just happened by happenstance here. If you can see it, I have my pink highlighter and I have my green highlighter, and I just wanted to highlight Ty Montgomery briefly just to keep an eye on. We know Tony Jones he got some work on Thanksgiving, but he didn't smash like we thought he was. But Ty Montgomery, $6,500 on FanDuel, only $3,000 on DraftKings. Keep an eye out. Multi-entry, you're obviously going to look at Ty Montgomery. When we go down Zeke Elliott, what are we going to say here? Granted, New Orleans, they're 1st overall in defending opposing running backs. Zeke Elliott, $14,000 on FanDuel, $10,800 on DraftKings. 14, 15 carries for the guy, 50, 60 yards, 3-4 receptions, another 30 yards. So I'm almost confident enough to tell you Zeke will have over 100 total yardage tonight and find the end zone once. So he's very much in play. $14,000 on FanDuel, as I said. But what I want to highlight here, aside from Mark Ingram, it's Tony Pollard. This kid has been, awesome. He's been electric. They're getting him more involved. So Tony Pollard, 12 carries in this one. A little high, a little ambitious, but I have a feeling, right? You can't fight this feeling anymore. I think that was Journey, right? Tony Pollard, $12,000 on FanDuel, $7,800 on DraftKings. As I said, 10, 11 carries, 40, maybe 50 yards, and then you're looking at 3-4 receptions for 20 yards. But I will say, in terms terms of the Saints, DST, I believe they're 15th overall in terms of giving up yardage to kick returners and punt returners. Does Tony take one to the house on a punt return or the opening kickoff of the game? Little wild, but that's why you're here. That's why I do this, because it's so fun. I'm able to explore every weird thought I have when it comes to DFS. All right, I'm going to get you through. Let's get through the wide receivers, and I'll get you the heck out of here. I love Traquan Smith this evening. $9,000 on FanDuel, $5,600 on DraftKings. Dallas is 25th overall against opposing wide receivers. I know they have Deontay Harris, Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, little Jordan Humphrey. It's like, just pick one. Pick one and go from there. I will also say I love Dante Harris as well here. $7,500 on FanDuel, only $4,600 on DraftKings. Traquan, I have 5 or 6 targets, 4 or 5 receptions, 50, 60 yards, and I firmly do believe Traquan Smith receives a touchdown tonight. Dante Harris, 4 or 5 targets, 3 receptions, 40, 50 yards, and let's move on. There's no getting past CeeDee Lamb this evening. New Orleans are 28th overall against opposing wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb missed Thanksgiving, just too quick of a turnaround with the concussion the kid had. We wish him the best. He'll be on the field tonight. Literally no way around CeeDee Lamb in our lineups tonight. $13,000 on FanDuel, $10,000 on DraftKings. I know Amari Cooper, he's got a questionable tag. I mean, more than likely he's trending towards playing, but at this stage, CeeDee Lamb, 9, 10 targets, 6, 7 receptions, 80 yards and a touchdown. Once again, for the third time, there is no way around CeeDee Lamb tonight. Get him in your lineups. MVP spot, captain spot, flex, however you can get it. Get CeeDee Lamb in there. Briefly, Cooper, 11.5 on FanDuel, $8,600 on DraftKings. Now, with Cooper, it's well documented. I'm just not an Amari Cooper fan. Now, it has nothing to do with him as a man. It has everything to do with him as the player on the field, which, well, Chris, he's been fantastic. Historically, he's been good, but it just freaks me out every time he's on the field. One little knock or he lands wrong and boom, he's out of the game, goose egg. But to me, something weird is speaking to me today where, I don't want Cooper in my lineups. I'm going to fade Cooper. But every time I've said that in the past, again, well documented, he goes nuts. 200 yards receiving, 2-3 touchdowns here. So I'm not in any way predicting that. I'm just saying it's weird, the trends that we can keep, my own personal weird trends that I write on paper and keep inside. Like, it's just a mental note here. So be on the lookout for Cooper. If he's active in a single game contest, how can you fade him 100%? Have him in at least 1 or 2 lines there. And then we go down, Gallup, Noah Brown, nothing crazy. If you need some salary relief on DraftKings, Noah Brown, only $600, 1-2 targets, 1-2 receptions, 15, maybe 20 yards here. And then when we talk about the tight ends, there's literally nothing special here aside from Dalton Schultz. The Saints, 9th overall in terms of defending tight ends here. Dalton Schultz, $9,500 on FanDuel, $7,600 on DraftKings. Now, 6, 7 targets, which I think 6 or 7 is a little high, but Schultz is now firmly entrenched in the pecking order here. Zeke Elliott, I would imagine. Would you think that Dalton Schultz is above or below Tony Pollard in terms of the pecking order here? I think it's Tony Pollard briefly, but Dalton Schultz is the man at tight end for Dallas here. 6, 7 targets, as I said, 4, maybe 5 receptions. I have him around 45, 50 yards as a floor and a touchdown reception. Before we mention kickers and DSTs briefly, Dalton Schultz is going to be my captain tonight. Dalton Schultz is going to be my MVP spot tonight. I have Dallas winning this one, and I'll get to that at the end here. But to me, Dalton Schultz, it's kind of like, while nobody's looking, when people zig, we zag. I love Dalton Schultz at the MVP and the captain spot tonight. Kickers, Greg the Leg, Brett Maher. Maher was a goose egg last week. Didn't no field goal attempts, no extra point attempts, I believe, if I'm reading my notes correctly. And then when we get to the DSTs, I would prefer, of the two, only the Dallas Cowboys. $4,400 on DraftKings, 2-3 sacks, maybe 2 interceptions here, and that's about it. And you're looking at 14 to 17-ish points against here. So my final score prediction, to this one. It's on, as I said, it's pretty easy peasy here. I have the Dallas Cowboys winning this one 31-14, 31-17. I just don't think the New Orleans Saints can get it going. They're not onto a new quarterback, but it was Simeon for 2 weeks, and now it's Taysom Hill. Granted, he's been back at practice, but there's a rhythm here. We're talking week 13 starts today. You can't just be moving quarterbacks and running backs in and out and expect to be in a good rhythm, to have a connection here. So Dallas Cowboys win this one 31, let's just call it 31-17. Appreciate you being here. Just make sure you go to Team Riser Fall. Check out all they have to offer here. It's amazing. The graphics are fantastic. Boom, they just popped up there. Shout out to Bennett for making those. Use promo code NBA, and you're going to get 33% off if you're a new member. And again, any questions, comments, my DMs are always open. I'll shoot you my phone number, my email address. Any questions or concerns you have about the premium memberships here at Team Riser Fall, shoot me a message. I'll be more than happy to oblige that. So be safe. And let's get moving on this thing here. And again, on the road to Christmas. I can't wait to unwrap these weeks and these games as the December moves along here. So I'll see you back. Let's get together for Sunday Night Football. Until then, I'll see you. Enjoy the rest of the week.